Hey everybody, it's a beautiful August day. Needed to brag on these sheep, and I have cleared out half of our woods with them, and got them out in the field a little bit here. They are just doing a great job at clearing this land. This was so thick with blackberries you could hardly walk through it. And pokeberry, they even ate some pokeberry. There was actually a couple of sticks of hemlock in there, which I know is not a good thing, but they just ate it up so good. And this is what I've been wanting them to do, is I'm trying to get rid of some of the blackberries because we just have so much blackberry bushes. They're just doing an awesome job. And they're ready to move now. I'm getting ready to move them. They've been here for 3 days in this spot. But this is what it looked like before. I don't know if you can actually see it on camera, but tons of blackberries growing up. And they are a pain. It's hard to get the fence through them. It's hard to walk through them. Of course, we got milkweed. Tons of blackberries and milkweed. They're just eating it up. Some buckbrush. Actually, not much grass here. That's why I'm trying to establish some actual grass. And start seeding as much as I can. There's a little grass, but it's mostly choked out by the blackberry. So I'm hoping we'll keep cutting this and clearing it with the sheep. We'll actually get a good field of grass here. Right now we just got to fill the weeds. So here's some woods I've been running them through behind our house. And this part actually hasn't been touched by them yet. I'm kind of saving it and going in a U shape so I can run them back toward the house towards winter. That's what it looked like before. This is what it looks like after they've been through. And what I'm excited about the most is, I think because of the tree canopy shading out most of the weeds, that there is actually grass starting to pop up in here. So I'm hoping if I throw enough seed out that I'll actually be able to grass this woods and have a civil pasture. I ran them probably through 3 or 4 acres so far of woods. And it all kind of looks like this. This is kind of brushier because there's a lot of buckbrush in here. So I'm planning on going through here and just kind of cutting down what I can of this. I might open up the canopy a little bit, but I really want to throw some fescue seed in here because I think that's the best for shade when it comes to grass. If I could find a legume that works in good in shade, maybe some clover. I might throw that in here too, but I'm really hoping to get more grass than weeds. Even though they eat the weeds just fine, they're just a pain. I'd rather have some grass. I only have 3 fences, so I usually put up one, let them in that little area, and then I'll go ahead and stick up another one. I just keep them in 2. And 2 fences will usually last them at least 2 days. This is, I just let them in that one. This is where they come from. I mean, they just take it out. I know a lot of cattle people don't like them because they say, oh, sheep pull the grass out of the ground. That's just a myth. The grass has grown right back in every spot I've put them. I mean, we did have a drought, so it didn't grow too great for a little bit. But the grass does come back. See, they were just here not too long ago. You can see the grass. They were just here 4 days ago, and there was no grass. It was just like this. And it come back, so. For some reason in this spot, though, they did not eat the milkweed down as much as I thought they would. Maybe I didn't pressure them enough, I don't know, but they definitely did over here. I mean, they ate pokeberry and everything. They started chewing up the goldenrod, and this is goldenrod here, it was. You can kind of see some left over here. There's a little bit left. But they took most of the leaves off the rest. It's just stems. They must have been hungry. So I got to move them, set up another pen so at least I have 2 nets, because I usually use 2 at a time, 2 out of the 3 I have. And I have a black water tank over there. I fill up. And I just have a blue barrel on the back of my truck. I don't know if you can see it from here, but just a 55-gallon barrel. I have water. Hook the hose up to that, fill it up. So I can give them water, and then I'm going to put a pan out with some loose mineral in it, just to make sure they'll have a little minerals. That's basically it. Just keep moving them. You see, they just go to town as soon as you move them. They get so used to this, I don't even have to call them. I used to have to call them. They just go right in now. They know what to do now. I do have 2 little goats in there. If you can see those, 2 little milk goats. You could use sheep if you have like a cattle farm or something. And if you have woven wire around the perimeter fencing, you can use them to clean up your perimeter fence by just making a little U shape of this netting to the fence. Don't actually touch it, of course, it's electric, but I've done that a few times and it works well. And then they'll clean up the fence line for you, so you don't have to spray it. Anything without spraying is good. That's what I plan on doing through here whenever my fence gets grown up. I'll just move them along the fence line, clean up my perimeter fence as I'm feeding them. Instead of spending money spraying your fence line to keep weeds and stuff off, you can just use sheep and make a little money. So now I got the fence up. Just filling up the water tank now. This is all I use for water. Just a 55-gallon blue barrel. And then I got a little barb there. I did have a boiler drain on here. Flowed so slow. So I just had this little hose valve stuck on there for now, and it leaks, but it works until I find something different. Something I had laying around. It seems to flow a little faster this way than it did with this boiler valve. This boiler valve just has a tiny little hole in there. And of course, Mr. Steer here likes to come play with us whenever we're out here moving the sheep around. Thinks he needs to be in with the sheep. Ain't that right? Mr. Steer. Soon to me, Mr. Burger. He probably didn't want to hear that. He's probably going to knock me over now. One thing about these nets too, see everybody trying to put them in perfect squares and have them nice, you know, nice looking fence. I just put them up however they decide to land, really. Because they're there for 2 days, 3 days tops. There's not really any point in trying to make it look pretty. Hopefully they'll have all this buckbrush gone soon. When the fence is kind of up like that on the weed, I just kind of press it down. I haven't had any problems with anybody going under it, but you never know when a goat decides to do something. And we do have a couple in there. Now you're probably thinking, not very many sheep here, but fence isn't on right now, obviously. And they love the minerals. Not very many sheep, but we do have 18 acres of field up here or so. And besides the little one steer we got running around, this is all we got. 19 sheep and 2 goats. Well, 17 sheep and 2 goats. We do plan on getting a few more. I just want to build up slowly. I don't want to get too many too quick and get over my head, because I know I'm going to have to get more fences up and either rotate more often like daily or put up double the fencing eventually, because I might get 30 to 40. I don't know. I don't want to get a whole bunch. If I could get enough to pay my mortgage for the farm, that's my goal. Sheep prices are kind of up and down right now anyway, so it's a good time to buy. I think they're going up already, so might have missed out on that. I think the drought kind of pushed some prices lower. We were in a drought for a couple months, I think. Well, since spring, I guess. This is my wife's favorite tree on our property. You saw our land video, we got these 2 big oaks standing in the middle of our field. And this is her and the kids' favorite. There's a rope up there because we did have a swing hanging from it. But now she can sit under it. They can come sit out here and read books or whatever they want to do. Because the sheep took care of the grass, the weeds. I didn't have to start up anything and waste any fuel just to clean out from underneath the tree. So that's a great thing. Saves money and makes money. Can't beat that. Mr. Burger here is a little jealous because he thinks he's a sheep. And he thinks he's supposed to be in the tiny fence with them. And he does get in there every once in a while. When I go to move them, he'll sneak in there. A lot of times I'll get him back out. But yeah, we just have 17 sheep, 2 goats, and 1 steer right now. Besides the chickens at the house. Chickens and ducks. I do hook this up to an energizer. The energizer is actually up by the house, and I run a poly wire all the way back here, which is quite a ways now. I don't know if you can even see it on the camera, but so yeah, this is all I do for now. Cheap little electric wire on this cheap little spool there. Run from the house. And right now it's kind of just sitting on some weeds and some trees, and I ran out of fiberglass rod the ways back. So I do need to go buy more of those when we keep doing this. But let me tell you, she's still got some shock. Got a good pop when it hits the ground. And I know for a fact it's got shock because I've shocked myself at least 5 or 6 times. Probably in the last 2 weeks. So I know it works. I got it connected right there. On these fences, there's a yellow or a black wires. Most of them are black rope. I don't know if you can even see it, but it's black and white. And the second one down is green. And that's the one you want to hook your electric to. Usually connect it to an end. I just kind of stick it in the middle anywhere and wrap it around a couple times, but they do have these little end pieces that you can connect it to. Little loops. You can use those to either connect your little hook to if you're doing it like that, or hook it to your next row of fence, to your green on your next row of fence. That way it energizes the next fence. What's up, dude? This is our ram. He's a registered dorper. I just got a random mix of them in here. This is what they do. I'll go for that nice green grass first, and then they'll start eating the weeds. And then they'll even eat the tree leaves after that. I'll be good, and I'll see you. I'll check on you tomorrow and move you in a day or two. I'll head on out. Oh, shoot, party.